إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما ثم أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار ثم أما بعد. We begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with praises and exaltations that only He is worthy of. We begin by sending His salawat and His salamat, His blessings and His peace upon the last and final messenger Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam wa ba'd. Then, alhamdulillah, once again we thank our brothers here at Masjid ibad-ur-rahman for allowing us to come, sit and benefit from each other. May Allah Ta'ala accept it from the brothers who organized and from all those who have come to sit. And we ask Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala that He make this a jalsa mubarakah, that He make this a jalsa which is blessed and accepted by Him. Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. This morning, ya ikhwan, we had spoken of understanding the reality of affairs. Understanding the reality of affairs specifically by way of the Quran and the Sunnah. That we should understand the reality of our own selves. That we should understand the reality of our Lord, Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. We should understand the reality of all things, right? And we gave an example this morning, for those that were not here, is that if we have a bottle of water, right? And we understand that this is a bottle of water. And we understand there's water in it. And we understand what you can do with it. You can open it. And we understand that you can drink it, right? And we understand what that does, which is quenches one's thirst, nourishes one's body. Then a person deals with this bottle of water in such a manner which what? Matches the reality of this bottle of water, right? We use it in that manner. But now a person is ignorant of that. A person does not know. A person does not know what this is. They don't know what is in it. They don't know how to use it, right? So a person remains ignorant of what to do with it. So he will do one of two things. Either they will use it for something that it was not meant for, or they won't use it at all. They'll ignore it, right? So the Quran, the Sunnah, Islam generally has come clarifying the reality of all things. We mentioned the statement of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala this morning, Ya ayyuhan nas, antumul fuqara'u ila Allah, wallahu huwal ghaniyul hamid. That, O mankind, antumul fuqara'u ila Allah. You are fuqara. You are fuqara. You are in dire need of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahu huwal ghaniyul hamid. As for Allah, huwal ghaniyul hamid. He is the self-sufficient. He does not need you. He does not need your ibadat. He does not need the heavens. He does not need the malaika. He does not need the jinn. He does not need the earth. He does not need anything. Why? Because he is al-ghani. He's self-sufficient. And he is al-hamid. And he is the one who is deserving of all praise. In this ayah, there is a clarification of our reality and the reality of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. In it is a bayan of our reality that regardless, right? Allah Ta'ala, He says in the Quran, هَلْ أَتَى عَلَى الْإِنسَانِ حِينٌ مِّنَ الدَّهْرِ لَمْ يَكُنْ شَيْئًا مَذْكُورًا. Right? There was a portion of time upon man where he was not even anything worth mentioning. Right? We were not anything worth mentioning, and then we came from this water, right? Which mixes. And we were formed in the stomachs of our mothers and we were born, right? And we were in need of our parents and we were in need of those around us to aid us and to feed us and to clean us and to teach us, right? So we were our state of being fuqara, of being in need of someone else was wadih. It was clear. Everyone understood it, everyone saw it, and everyone dealt with that matter. But as Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala taught us, and Allah gave us tawfiq to learn, Allah gave us the capacity to seek out what will benefit us, and taught us how to speak, and taught us how to listen, and taught us, right? All of those affairs that are of benefit to our worldly life, we began to deny Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. We began to deny Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and move away from the very that, right? From the very one that brought us to this stage and made us sufficient in some capacity. So we spoke of this, ya ikhwan, Allah yubarik fikum, as an example of understanding reality. And today we want to step back, or in this talk we want a short reminder, inshallah, before dinner. We want to take a step back, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and speak of reality on an even more general basis, which attaches or which relates well to the topic of the month of Ramadan. And that is the reality, ya ikhwan, of our own selves and the reality of this dunya. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says regarding our own reality, He says, الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, هو الذي خلق الموت والحياة. Allah, He created death and He created life. Why? لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. To see which one of you is best in their actions. To see which one of you is best in their actions. This was the reason that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this cycle of life and death. To see who from amongst us will be best in their actions. Who from amongst us will be best in their actions. And in that manner, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said about the earth, where Allah Jalla wa ala sent us, and upon which we reside and from which we benefit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَقَدْ جَعَلْنَا مَا عَلَى الْأَرْضِ زِينَةً لَهَا لِنَبْلُوَهُمْ أَيُّهُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا وَإِنَّا لَجَاعِلُونَ مَا عَلَيْهَا سَعِيدًا جُرُزًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَلَقَدْ جَعَلْنَا مَا عَلَى الْأَرْضِ وَلَقَدْ. And indeed, and here there are three emphasizers in this ayah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, every time in the Quran you see walaqad, three emphasizers. The lam, the qad, and al-qasam, and al-qasam. Right? Which is mahdhuf. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says walaqad, wallahi laqad. By Allah, indeed. By Allah, indeed. So every time we see this in the Quran, walaqad, you find in this three emphasizers. And this emphasizing, right? Because Allah subhanahu, a person emphasizes their speech. Why? Why does a person emphasize their speech? Show its importance, or so that it is what? It is believed, right? You go, a child will come home to their parents and say what? Say, no. Ummi, Abi, really, I saw this. They emphasize their speech, right? So that what? The parents believe, they don't think it's just a childish thought. No, I really saw this. Right? So that a person emphasizes their speech to emphasize the truthfulness, the reality of what they are saying. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's not in need of this. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is truthful in all of His speech. So why the emphasizers? Shaykh Uthaymeen, he says regarding this, that as the Quran has been revealed in the Arabic language, and at-tawqeed, emphasis, is from the manners of the Arabic language, it is utilized in the Quran. Right? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He revealed the Quran in an Arabic language to the Arabs. And this was from the mannerisms of their speaking. So this is a part of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed in the Quran. So He says, وَلَقَدْ جَعَلْنَا مَا عَلَى الْأَرْضِ زِينَةً لَهَا. We made everything which is upon the earth زِينَةً لَهَا. Zina, yani a zenith. Right? An item of adornment, of beauty. Right? Everything upon this earth is something that we desire. Everything upon this earth is something we desire. And why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do this? لِنَبْلُوَهُمْ أَيُّهُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. To see which one of them is best in their actions. To see which one of them is best in their actions. The likeness of this is also mentioned in Surah Ali Imran. زُيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ وَالْبَنِينَ وَالْقَنَاطِيرِ الْمُقَنطَرَةِ مِنَ الذَّهَبِ وَالْفِضَّةِ وَالْخَيْلِ الْمُسَوَّمَةِ وَالْأَنْعَامِ وَالْحَرْثِ ذَلِكَ مَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَاللَّهُ عِنْدَهُ حُسْنُ الْمَآبِ قُلْ أَأُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِخَيْرٍ مِنْ ذَلِكُمْ لِلَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا إلى آخر هذه الآية. This is similarly mentioned in Surah Ali Imran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, زُيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ, beautified for mankind is حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ. حُبُّ الشَّهَوَاتِ. Right? The love of what our souls covet. And what is the first thing mentioned? مِنَ النِّسَاءِ, from women. وَالْبَنِينَ, and children. وَالْقَنَاطِيرِ الْمُقَنطَرَةِ مِنَ الذَّهَبِ وَالْفِضَّةِ, hoards of silver and gold. وَالْخَيْلِ الْمُسَوَّمَةِ وَالْأَنْعَامِ وَالْحَرْثِ, from animals, from horses, from land, well-tilled land. ذَلِكَ مَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Those are the riches of this dunya. وَاللَّهُ عِنْدَهُ حُسْنُ الْمَآبِ. And with Allah is the most beautiful return. قُلْ أَأُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِخَيْرٍ مِنْ ذَلِكُمْ. Say to them, should I not inform you of what is better than that? Should I not inform you what is better than that? لِلَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ جَنَّاتٌ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا وَأَزْوَاجٌ مُطَهَّرَةٌ وَرِضْوَانٌ مِنَ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ بَصِيرٌ بِالْعِبَادِ. For those that have taqwa, with their Lord are gardens, under which rivers flow. They will remain therein forever. And they will have pure wives and spouses. And they will have the pleasure of Allah. And Allah He sees all that which you do. Right? So here there is, in both of these, from Surah Al-Kahf and from Surah Ali Imran, there is a mention of our existence in this dunya. And the reality of the dunya. Right? That this dunya, number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created it, what? Lil-imtihan. For our test, for my test, for your test. This is why Allah created it. Al-Imam ibad-ur-rahman bin Nasir al-Sa'di, in his tafsir of this ayah from Surah Al-Kahf, he says and explains that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the earth and He did not make it a barren earth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not make it an earth where it is barren and existence upon it is a futile existence. Right? But rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala filled the earth with what is beloved to us, with what when our eyes see it, they want it. If our hearts sense it, they desire it. Right? As a test. To see which one of you will be deceived by the beauty of this dunya and forget the purpose of your creation.